hips. You can spread out, come into a symmetrical, relaxed position. Start to slow down your breath. And just let the backside of your body release into the support behind you. You can let your eyes open, keeping a soft focus. And feel free to open and close your eyes as it's useful for you. We'll start by sliding arms overhead and stretching out really long through your arms and legs, fingers and toes. And then interlace your fingers, press out through your palms. Flex your feet, reaching through the heels of your hands, the heels of your feet. And then release and roll onto one side. So you can keep your bottom arm extended, point your toes, and bring your whole body into a straight, long line. So you're not bending at your hips. The top hand can be on the floor to help support you in balancing. And then we're going to squeeze the legs together and lift them a few inches off the floor. Really squeeze them long together and reach them long. And then release down. Now we'll lift the legs again and lift the bottom arm. Doesn't have to be high, but go really long. Strong core, lengthening out. And then release down. Now take the top arm overhead and squeeze your arms and legs together and lift them up, flounder pose. So strong core, each little flop is making you stronger. And then release down. Let's bend the bottom arm. You can support your hand with your head, flex your feet. And see if you can balance without the use of your hand. The feet flexed will help a little bit. Bend the top leg up like tree. So try and bring everything into the midline. This is a bit of a balance pose, even though there's a lot touching the floor. Keep bringing the hips in, the knee up. And then reach your hand on the inside for your big toe, and you can keep your leg bent or try straightening it part way or all the way. So you can go towards your edge, and it doesn't need to be any particular place or look a certain way, just exploring what's possible, feeling all the little adjustments your body's making to keep you from falling. And then release your hand to the floor. We'll lower the leg until it's about 6 inches off the floor. Kick your heel away from you and reach your toes up towards your head. So you're splitting your legs as wide as they'll go. So this is for core strength. While you're in this strong pose, can you relax your face? Can your breath be steady? And then release. Drop your foot to the floor where it is. The hand that was on your head can reach for your foot, calf, knee, or something on your foot, and then roll open through the right shoulder or the top shoulder. So the top shoulder and hip reach away from one another, really long through all 4 sides of the torso. If you'd like to add a quad stretch to this, your free hand can reach down for the free foot. You might need to pick up the torso for a moment in order to reach. Once you have hold, release the torso back down. And if it doesn't work for you to hold your foot, don't do it. Roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in. And take a little circle or rock with your knees, feeling what's touching the floor, massaging the lower back a little. And then bring your legs up in the air and give them a little shake out, shaking the muscles on the bones, maybe kick your butt. And then let's spread out onto the other side. Starting with the bottom arm extended, toes pointed, and the top hand as a little support on the floor. Squeeze the legs together and up, finding just the right amount of effort and as much ease as you can. Release the legs down, and then lift the legs and the bottom arm. Release down, top arm overhead. Squeeze arms together, legs together, reach out to come up, flounder pose. And release down. Bend the bottom arm, hand to your head, flex your feet, still trying to keep the whole body in a straight long line, and then bend the top leg up like tree, as high as you can, finding your balance, if possible, without the use of the top arm. And then reach your hand on the inside for the big toes, extending whatever amount. So you're exploring your own body, sometimes going all the way to your limits, sometimes hanging back a little. And whatever you're doing, feeling that. Let's release the hand to the floor, lower your leg until it's about 6 inches off the floor. Kick your heel away from you, toes reach up towards your head. Last breath here. Release your foot to the floor. Hand that was on your head reaches for the knee, calf, or foot. Roll open through the top shoulder. Drop down through the top hip, spreading all 4 sides of the torso. If you added a quad stretch on the other side, you can try adding that again. Release, roll back onto your back. Bring your knees in, little circle or rock. Send the legs up, shake it out. Kick your butt. And then make your way up to sitting. And let's come on to hands and knees, tabletop. If you'd like to pad your knees, you're welcome to use a blanket. Hands right under shoulders, fingers spread wide, knees under hips. Let's take a few rolls through the spine, starting by lifting head and tail arching and round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, curve. Inhale, arch. Exhale, curve. Inhale, arch. Shift your weight forward, bend your elbows straight back and dip part way or all the way to the floor. Press up from there. Round. Arch. Go forward to dip down. Press up. Round. Arch. Dip down slow and smooth. Press up. Round. Arch. One more. Press up and round, sinking back to child's pose. Finding rest. With arms out in front of you, walk your hands over to the left and then pull back through your right hip, stretching right side a little more. Come through center and over to the other side. Pull back through the left hip, stretching left side a bit more. Come back to center. Let's lift up through table and into downward facing dog. Take your time waking up the backs of your legs, pedaling out your feet, or taking any other movement that helps you get into your body. Let's walk hands and feet towards one another and hang in ragdoll. Bend your knees as much as you need to so you can let the upper body release. Take any support through the arms if that's useful. Maybe a sway or shake out. Bend your knees a little more and slowly roll up. And all the way up to standing. You can come up to the front of the mat, finding your mountain pose, Tadasana. Feet can be together or apart, wrapping around from the back to the front, bringing stability, space. We'll take hands together at the heart. And let's take a full A-series sun salutation. Inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, fold forward, swan dive down. Inhaling, flat back. Step or hop your feet back. Lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. Five deep breaths. Any neutral shape, so really take a rest for you. Could be down dog, child's pose, sitting, forearms, knees. One more deep breath in and out. Come back through down dog, step or hop your feet forward, inhaling flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Again, inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. This time from down dog, take your right leg up, bend your knee to your chest, and start circling this bent right knee in the biggest circle you can make. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight. Circle your ankle a few times, as big a circle as you can make, both directions. Take your leg a little higher and then bring your right knee towards right upper arm. Extend it up and back. Take it across towards left upper arm. Reach it up and back. Right towards the center of your chest. Extend it up and back. Big step forward. High lunge. Arms up. Sink low. Arms reach high. Shoulders drop low. One more breath. Tip forward. Standing splits, hands to the floor or to a couple blocks. We'll do this with hips square, with the upper body letting go. One more breath. Step back, warrior one. Doing the work of being in this pose, 100% effort, and finding your ease. Last breath. Release, make your way to down dog, however you want to get there, any movement you want to take, taking the time you need. From down dog. Left leg sweeps up, bend your knee in, and start circling this bent left knee. Biggest circle possible. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, circle your ankle, drawing the hips up and away from the hands as you do. And then bring your left knee towards left upper arm. Reach it up and back. Take it across towards right upper arm. Send it up and back. Now right towards the center of your chest. Extend it up and back. Big step forward. High lunge. Arms up. Hips low. Feeling what's here. Last breath. Tip forward. Standing splits. Let your head hang. Neck release. Stretch that right leg as long as you can. step back. Warrior one. One more breath. Release. Make your way to a good rest. And really rest. Find a shape where that's possible. Last breath here. Let's come back through down dog. And step or hop your feet forward, inhaling flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Let's take just the right arm up, bring it over to a side bend, strong core, reaching long. Reach a little further out to come up, release down, same thing other side. Reach a little further out, come up, release down, interlace fingers, press out through the palms. Take your arms up, shoulders down. Rise up onto your toes for a little balance. Fold forward, staying in balance on the toes. You can bring your hands to your legs wherever they meet, as high or low as works for you. Can your breath release, drop the hands, drop the heels, drop your head, let that go. Bend your knees, arms up, inhale, chair, Utkatasana. Hips go back and down, head lifts high, shoulders low, fingers high. Feel everything that's going up and down at once. Everything engaging and releasing at once. Last breath here. Release, fold forward. Inhaling, flat back. Step or hop back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge, arms up. Warrior three. Find your balance, breathing here. Last breath. Step back, warrior one. Release through your movement transition, whatever that is. From down dog, left leg sweeps up, step forward, high lunge, arms up. Warrior three. Last breath. Step back, warrior one. Release. Make your way to a good rest, letting go of all that we have done, all that we might do. Last breath here. Let's come back through down dog. Step or hop your feet forward, inhaling flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, arms up, inhale, chair. Exhale, straighten. Again, inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. Back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Let's take a deep twist here. Left elbow across to the outside of the right knee. Work the palms towards the center of the chest. If you'd prefer to have your left hand on the floor, on the inside or outside, feel free. You could also drop the back knee if you prefer a low lunge. Last breath here. Release. Hands to the floor. Let's drop the back knee. If you want to pad it, you could roll up the side of your mat or put a blanket under there. Maybe grab a couple blocks for your hands. We'll come back for a hamstring stretch. Hips back, inch the front foot forward, flex the toes back. You're welcome to explore going deeper or backing out at any moment. If you want to try splits, Hanumanasana, you might take the front foot a little further forward. If you did slide forward, slide back. Let's release by bringing both hands to the inside, turn out through the front foot, lizard pose. You can be on your elbows or hands, on blocks or the floor. If you want to add a quad stretch, you might reach back for the back foot, drawing it in. To release, drop the back foot if you're holding it. Let's come up to plank height by tucking the toes, lift the hips. You may want to shimmy your right foot a little further down your mat before shifting into a side plank, lifting the right arm, coming onto the outer edge of the left foot. You can keep your right foot where it is or bring both legs one on top of the other. There are many variations. You might drop the bottom knee, you might do something with the top leg. Feel whatever it is you are choosing, breathing here. Release. Make your way to down dog. From down dog, left leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Take a twist. Right elbow across, or whatever variation you did on the other side, high lunge or low lunge, any arm variation, feeling what you are doing. Last breath. Release. Hands to the floor or to your blocks. Drop the back knee, pat it if you like. Hamstring stretch. Inch the front foot forward. Flex the toes back. Going in the directions you know to go in. Meeting your limits right where they are. You can always go deeper or back out. If you had slid forward, slide your way back. We'll bring both hands to the inside, turn out through the left foot. Lizard pose. Experimenting with how you shift your weight. Maybe taking a quad stretch if you did so on the other side. And just feeling where you are. Bringing as much consciousness to what you're doing as you can. Let's release. Bring your hands to the floor. Tuck the back toes, lift the hips to plank height. Maybe shimmy that front foot a little further down your mat before shifting into side plank. Take whatever variation you did on the other side or experiment with something similar on this side. Feeling where you are. And then release. Make your way back to a good resting pose, letting all of that go. Let's make our way to sitting, however you want to get there. If you would like to sit up on something, feel free to use a little lift under the hips. Getting as long as possible on the backs of the legs, and then using your hands for support in folding forward. That could be on the feet, something around the feet, or on the floor. Going towards length, towards folding. Inhale to look up. Exhale, release. Let's bring the right lower leg up and we'll cradle the lower leg in the hands. As best you can, sit tall while you're doing this. There may be a tendency to round back. Just go towards length as you rock, opening the right hip a bit more. We'll open the right knee a little more out to the right, bring your foot closer to the center or towards the right. And then reach your right arm under your leg and get as much of your body under your leg as you can. So it might just be the elbow. Some of you might get the shoulder. You could go for the head. Don't force anything. And then we're going to place the right hand on the floor, but slide it back so it kind of locks the leg in place. From here, you can try and straighten the right leg, whatever amount. You might think about it, you're at your edge, there's no straightening happening. Great, you've met your limit. If you're able, looking under the left arm. And then release. Let's place this foot on the top of the left thigh for half lotus. If that's not a good idea for your joints, sole the foot to the inner thigh for Janushirshasana. If you'd like to try for a bind, your right arm might reach around behind you for either the inner elbow or your big toe, and then let's fold over that straight left leg. Your hands can be wherever they're going to support you, on your feet, on the floor, some combination, using a strap. Just feeling where you are. Let's release. Take any movement before going the other side. Maybe it's just rubbing that right foot, knee, ankle, getting out any tightness from that last pose. Maybe a vinyasa, maybe something else. And then we'll bring the left leg up. Cradling the lower leg, a little rock side to side, sitting tall as you do this, and just taking one thing at a time. You know what's coming, but you don't have to experience it now. Just being here, doing this. And then opening a little bit out to the left. And then creeping whatever amount under that left leg that you can. You can't go further than you can go. There's nowhere to get except where you are, meeting your limits. Place the left hand on the floor, slide it back to kind of lock it in place a little. You can go towards straightening the left leg, towards looking under your right arm. And then release. Bring the left foot to half lotus or Janushirshasana. Maybe a bind, maybe not. Folding, any amount. Folding is a direction. You don't need to get anywhere. Inhale to look up. Exhale, release. Take any movement, maybe a little rub for your knee, ankle, foot, maybe a vinyasa, maybe something else. Let's make our way onto our backs, bringing knees in. Take a little circle or rock with your knees, massaging the lower back and sacrum into the floor. And we are moving towards the end of class, so this may be a time to just check in with yourself. Is there something you're needing? Is there something your body is wanting before wrapping up? I'll keep offering options, but if you have a different idea, do that one. So I'm going to suggest a supported bridge. If you'd like to join me, grab a prop to place under your sacrum. Let your hips rest down onto the prop. And then to stretch the hip flexors, bring your right knee to your chest, grab hold of it with one or both hands, and then straighten the left leg, letting the front of the left hip open up. Switch sides, bring the left knee in, drop the right leg long, squeeze the left knee in close. When you feel even on the two sides, come to neutral. Could be both knees in, could be both feet back to the floor, could be both legs straight, either in the air or along the floor. Finding the minimum effort to be where you are. Stay here as long as you like. If you're ready to come out of it, take all the time you need. If there's something you need to do to feel complete in your practice, counter stretch, happy baby, a twist, something else, take your time. There's no right or wrong way to do this. You don't have to do anything anyone taught you. It doesn't have to be yoga. Eventually, spreading out in a symmetrical, relaxed position. Letting go of all the doing, letting go of all the effort. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Move your wrists and ankles. And take a big yawning reach. When you're ready, bring your knees in. Roll to one side. Use your hands to help you up to sitting. And bring hands together at the heart. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining me today.